you know, we go back and we talk about the first 20 and getting to know each other, and then finding a real good rhythm in the middle there for that 40. But then the All-Star break comes.
We came back from All-Star weekend, and it just seemed like that team was right back where we were, obviously, before we went on the run.
You know, Chris going down hurt. If we remember correctly, Hito's mom was in intensive care in Istanbul, and he spent the All-Star break with her. So we come back from the All-Star break, and we've got a tired Turk, and we've got CB not able to go. Andrea now becomes the focal point of the offense. This is new.
I don't think we ever really recuperated because I hadn't been out at any part in the season. And so we kind of took a step back.
Looks up top, Turkoglu taken away by Batum, and this pass picked off Miller. Got to be tighter with it. Becoming problematic, and a slam dunk by Durant.
For whatever reason, the team folded up a little bit, and you know, that's when guys have to step up, guys have to assume greater roles. That's when individuals need to get more focused. And again, for whatever reason, it didn't come together.
We couldn't find again that game.
Different guys that were comfortable coming in off the bench and giving us energy are now thrust into the starting lineup in different roles that they're not used to. And again, it was like our whole team had to figure each other out again.
And we tried to bounce back. And then our second half of the season, the schedule really wasn't favoring us too well. So
Toronto take on Golden State in Portland to wrap up this 4-game West Coast trip. You knew it was going to be tough. I don't know if you realized it was going to be this tough.
And you know, that post-All-Star downward spiral was something that was tough to get our hands on.
Even when Chris came back, it took 2 good weeks for him to get conditioning back, the feel on his jumper, the touch, the bounce in his legs.
Like against Denver, I was still trying to really get my rhythm back, and it was really frustrating because, you know, shots I was normally making I wasn't making, so I was still trying to find a way to kind of score, but the double teams were still coming in, the respect defensively from other teams were still there, even though I wasn't playing the way I know I could play at the time.
And it was one of those things that, you know, he never seemed like he was quite comfortable. It took a while to get to full strength, if he ever got there.
And when he does, we win 5 of 8 games.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, step back move for the win. Got it! 2.1 left.
And then he gets hit in the face. And his season's over.
Bosch still on the floor. He remains down. Elbow.
Elbow right in the face.
The left elbow of Antoine Jameson.
So I think that there was just so much turmoil in the last 22 games that injuries and different guys playing out of position that we had to kind of learn each other all over again.
You know, he misses 12 of your last games, your last second half of the season. It's going to be something that's hard to overcome.
What was it like for you the last few games, watching the team and knowing that you needed, you know, every win possible to get into the playoffs?
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, you know, for that week, we needed to be at full strength because we had the top 3 teams in the East in the same week. So in order to win games like those, you need your whole team. And to be out again and have to watch everything and you know, it's not like it was something because of me, because I wasn't working out, or it wasn't a knee, or, you know, we're talking about a twisted ankle and a broken nose. You know, those are 2 things that sometimes you really can't even help. So for me, it was just, I just had to just be a man about it and just suck it up and just, you know, roll with the punches. It was hard. You know, it was real hard while watching it down the stretch, and then seeing the Bulls playing as well as they were, and seeing how, you know, it was kind of a difference in how they were playing and everything, but, you know, I couldn't do anything about it.
Following the free fall down the standings, the team had surrendered its hold on the final playoff spot to the Chicago Bulls. However, on the final night of the regular season, they still had an opportunity to make it into the playoffs.
It comes down to this, game number 82 for the Toronto Raptors. To get into the playoffs, they need a win tonight, and the Bulls needs to lose in Charlotte.
First half, everybody was very excited. We had great energy.
Johnson gives it now. DeRozan attacking. Oh! The rookie with the hammer!
After coming in the locker room and watching the game in the locker room of Charlotte, we saw the score, and yeah, I mean, we realized that whatever whatever we were going to do in the second half, it didn't really matter.
Raptors are going to come away with a victory. 131-113, and now they must wait on the result in Charlotte.
We were, listening how the Chicago game was doing, and we knew that it was up and from the beginning, and it was tough. So kind of already we knew how everything was going on, and just after the game, we just knew the final, and it was tough,
There would be no postseason for the Toronto Raptors this year. And what made things tougher was looking back on some of the games that slipped away down the stretch.
Tied at 107, and Bryant makes it! Here's Carmelo, got it! Count it!
Those are always hard. Those are always hard. Now really looking back on it, we needed one game to tie the Bulls, and that's what it came down to.
You can see by my face, I mean, the last, 4, 5, 6 nights since we've been in this race, that the number of games, it comes down to one, and we go back, and the number of games that were right there for us. We had the basketball after a free throw, with 3 guys standing around in the Denver game, and 3 guys happen to throw it out of bounds and give them one more look, and they take advantage of it.
Phillips receives it, fires over Jack. Phillips ties it at 95.
We lost in Phoenix by 1. We lose LA, Denver, like you say. We got Memphis here winning by 6 with like 2 minutes left. We let it go.
Melo hits a buzzer beater. Golden State game was close.
Oh, Weems with the steal. Bosh lays it up, and it doesn't go in. Sonny Weems with the steal. Bosh had a shot.
It's been tough because we were so close to the playoffs, even without playing a really good basketball during the stretch.
It was just disappointing. It's really disappointing, just having those games so close.
Too many games, That's why when we're saying every game count, you got to count it, because after now it's tough to see like, if we won those games, we'll be like comfortable in the playoffs.
There's countless games that you can look to, not just at the end of the season, but all the way back to the beginning, as we talked earlier. But shouldn't come down to one game. It needs to be more about the full season. We arguably didn't deserve to get in because a team came in here on that Sunday night, Chicago, and outplayed us.
We missed an opportunity. Only with that game, we should be in the playoffs.
There are so many times that you look back, and I think that goes back to what we tried to impound on our guys at training camp, is that every single possession means something, and you have to play every possession all the time. You don't know when one possession is going to be the difference in a game, or one game is going to be the difference in a year.
For me, it was just, what do I do now? Because I made, I arranged all my plans for the playoffs. I had talking to people about it. My friends were going to visit me, come to the games, and my vacation planning was later, and now I just have nothing to do. So I just gotta find myself a little bit right now and figure some stuff out.